I am confused as hell and I have no idea what to post, what to create content about, who my audience is, what I want my audience to say. And this is my confessional of what that's like. I am a, you guys know, if you follow this channel. So I'm a speaker. I run a mentor program. I also have um, I also run a shelter here in DC area, and I help people. Like I'm not confused about what I do. I help people. I'm just confused about what, or I'm confused about what do I show in relation to like the people that I help. So I I help people. I am a speaker for youth and young adults, and I'm going to continue to be a speaker for youth and young adults. Is what I'm going to continue to do. But when I looked at my YouTube analytics today, they are not consistent with my audience. My audience on YouTube are 25 to 34, 42%, 20, 25 to 34. And then my audience gets older. So like 15 through, let me see. 15 through 20 something, they're not even in my, like there's no data for them at all. There's no data for them at all. So 25 to 34 is 42%, 35 to 44 is 29%, 45 to 54 is 28%. Now, it doesn't say whether they are male or female, but it does show that this is who my audience is on YouTube. And so my fear is that if I create content for the people that I mentor, then the audience that I have right now won't get the content that they want. So I guess I have to go back and look at the videos that did well and see why those videos did well, and maybe just start talking to that audience. Man, it's interesting because social media and content in and of itself is you gotta figure out who your audience is. You gotta niche down. You gotta talk to your audience. You gotta talk to an audience of one, and that's where many businesses fail. They speak to an audience of many when they should be talking to an audience of one. And I have no idea who I'm talking to. Maybe I'm talking to you, the person who feels lost in this world and of everyone else doing the things successfully that you want to do, but you're not doing bad. But it's like, man, you have this desire to go so much further, but you just don't know where to go. And I don't know, maybe I need a coach, maybe I need someone to help me with brand identity. But what I realize is that the people that I talk to, it turns into a coaching session for me. To them, it turns into a coaching session where I'm saying to them, I know more about branding than you do, and I'm coming to you to help, for your help about branding, and I'm over here telling you more about it than you. I had a situation where I was looking for a grant writer. And so she said, you know, I built these types of businesses. I've helped these types of nonprofits. I've helped them secure this money for their nonprofit. And I asked her to send me some references of people that I can reach out to, people that I can talk to. And she sent me some references of people that she did help. Now, one of them, the phone number wasn't right, the email wasn't right, so it just kept bouncing back. So I'm like, okay, there's a red flag there. And then the other lady, we had a nice conversation, but she helped her more secure funding for a project that she was doing, not necessarily what I'm doing with my nonprofit. So had no issue with it. My issue came in when she sent me a proposal, and the proposal had typos in it. You can tell this proposal was written by Chat GPT. The proposal, every time there was a double letter, it had a rectangle there. So it said S instead of staff, STAFF, it said STA square. Instead of better, it said BE square ER. Instead of whatever double letter word, it had the square in it. And then there was a run-on sentence of, it said, this is my proposal. It was all one word. And so as a grant writer, how this is the problem that I have with like AI and social media, is that AI and social media have made and turned people into, I don't know, professionals, or at least gave them the thought that they are professionals and made them believe that they are professionals when they're not professionals in any sort of field. This is why Cheyenne Bryant, where I was on a conversation with somebody yesterday, and he mentioned Dr. Cheyenne Bryant, but in the way that I'm going to express her name as well today. But he said Dr. Cheyenne Bryant. I said, man, I'm not even calling that lady Dr. Cheyenne Bryant no more. Her name is Cheyenne Bryant. Until she can provide some sort of documentation that she has successfully completed a PhD, as opposed to this a robe that she got off of freaking Amazon that was clearly fake, that everybody went on Amazon and saw the same exact robe because she got the robe in the wrong color. Until she can provide some sort of documented evidence that she is actually a doctor, I'm just not going to call her Dr. Cheyenne Bryant. But I'm confused. Like, this lady sent me this proposal, and there were all of these typos on it, and you can tell it was written by AI, because people don't write like this. Nobody writes and uses a hash when they when they're writing. Like, you don't say Jeff Young is the bet. You don't. What is this? What is that? You don't even know when to use that. You don't even know when to use that. So like that, like if you're supposed to be my grant writer, you're not editing. You mean to tell me that you are not going through and proofreading the stuff that you're sending out? This is already telling me that you're bad at grant writing. This is already telling me that you're bad at grant writing. So I'm trying to figure out who my audience is. And I want a coach. I need a coach. But the coaches that I feel like I need, I can't afford, because they are extremely expensive. They are thousands, tens of thousands, some of them hundreds of thousands. Myron Golden is probably like hundreds of thousands. But, people are like, surround yourself with the right people. That's easier said than done, because there are there are people who want to grow, but not everybody has the same work ethic and is willing to put in the same amount of work and sees the long-term vision. And maybe I'm not doing a good job of communicating that vision. So maybe it's on me, but I am like super confused right now. I'm in a confusing place in my life right now. I am, I'm at a job that I don't like, that I don't enjoy anymore. I am 1 2 1 2 1 2. Like coming here frequently, like messes with my mental, y'all. Like when I go home, I'm so drained mentally that I don't have time to work on the side plan when I get home, because I'm so mentally drained from here. I don't have enough energy to give my wife. I don't have enough energy to give my son. I can't give them the energy that I want to give them. I can't show up for them the way that I want to show up for them. Appreciate you, TJ. I can't show up for them the way that I want to show up for them, because my energy is drained, and it's drained virtually every day, because I'm just around people who are not accomplishing. People who are, here's what's crazy is that I never thought that I would have a desire to be a teacher or a college professor. But you know what I'm thinking right now? That I need to go and be a teacher at a college campus, or at least like a success coach in education, academic advisor, something like that. Because like maybe I need to go into a college and I need to you know, teach at the college level, because I would run across more people that are that have the same desire and intentions that I do with the growth and development of their life. And maybe I won't be the person that changes somebody's life, but maybe I'll be the spark that lights the flame, because at least the people that are in college, majority of them are there for a reason, because they want to do something greater. You can inspire these people, like they're of the age right now where they're more curious, that like that's maybe that's my age group, but I want to talk to those kids. I want to encourage those kids, but those aren't the kids that are my followers in this in on social media. Stay locked in, pray and seek guidance from God. Yeah, so even that, right? Like this, I don't know. I don't know what God would say to me in that, right? Like that's the thing. Like, how do I know when he's speaking to me? How do I know when he is, telling me? And maybe, I mean, shit, maybe this is God telling me right now that, hey, Jeff, I need you need it, you need to make a move and make a transition. And that's the reason why he's putting this so heavy on my head and on my heart, because I'm like, bro, like I am confused, bro. I am confused, and I like creating content. I enjoy creating content, but it's just like, yo, who am I talking to? And I think I think I'm talking to. I think the person that I need to talk to is a person that I was right before I made my shift, like 25-year-old me, where I went to jail. I lost my house and my job. I had to get another job. I made a whole bunch of bad decisions, bad mistakes. Um, I evicted, homeless, sleeping in my car. And I just really wasn't sure of myself. Maybe that's who I'm talking to, is I just wasn't sure of myself. And I had to make that change. Like I know enough to at least say, hey, this is the change that I wanted to make. And I knew how to make the change. Now it's like it's like Goku trying to get to like Super Saiyan 2. I found out how to get to Super Saiyan, right? But now I'm like, okay, hey, there's Super Saiyan 2, right? Like how do I get to Super Saiyan 2? Like how do I like I've made some strides, I've created a successful business, I've learned a lot, I've done I've done some great things, but it's like, okay, now how do I get that, right? Like I've hit the six-figure mark. Okay, great. I've hit the multiple six-figure mark, I believe. I believe, okay, great. Now it's like, yo, what do I have to do in order to hit that $500,000 mark? And I think that's kind of like the thing that's frustrating me, is I feel like I just the answer is just do more of what you're doing right now. If I just do more of what I'm doing right now, then I would do it. But now it's like, man, I need a team. And where it's like, okay, yeah, I need a team, but I'm like, my team has to have flexibility in their life and in their schedules. And like finding people right now to have flexibility in their life and their schedule, man, is just stressful. It's difficult. I need to read every single day, and I make excuses for it. Um, I read majority of the days. I still make excuses for it. I need to study every single day. I make excuses for it. I I'm pursuing this PhD. Many of you know I'm pursuing this PhD. Make excuses for that too. Because man, like I think the issue is that there's a lot of pressure that comes with, you know, achieving, accomplishing. They say with great power comes great responsibility. And I don't think that people understand the immense amount of responsibility that is put on a person who is given a gift and who has a desire to live out that gift, man. It is. something that is very challenging. And I'm trying to figure it out, man. Like I think I've kind of gotten into a understanding on social media, at least my Instagram page and probably my Facebook page, of what my audience wants. They like the reactions to the videos, and I can, always bring them back into educational moments. So I can always bring them back in educational moments. So maybe my audience needs to change, right? Where I'm talking to that college student, I'm talking to that college graduate, where it's 20 to 30. Like that's my age range, 20 to 30-year olds, men, women too, who have a desire to not be in a rat race their whole entire life, who maybe, if you didn't go to college, if you're a young man in your 20s and you didn't go to college, here are some of the things that you should be doing. Here are some of the things that you should be, that you should be looking at, that you should be looking into. And the reason why I decided to do this video is because sometimes when I do videos and I think out loud, it helps me to come to a conclusion better than if I'm just thinking of these things in my head. I think the release of ideas, the release of information, makes way for new ideas and new information to enter into the mind. So when I'm thinking about something, I want to make sure that I'm getting this stuff out, right? I'm getting it out as much as I possibly can, so that new energy, new thoughts, new ideas can enter my mind. As I'm saying it out loud, like my audience, majority of my audience was 25 through 30, 24 through 35, maybe 25 through 34, and then 35 through 44. Maybe, I don't know, like maybe your quarter century crisis, right? Maybe, I don't know, like at 25 to 34 seems to be my audience. So maybe I need to talk to maybe I need to talk to people who are adults and who are young adults, right? Not young adults, I guess young adults. Young adults. I don't know. Millennials, Gen Z, I don't know. I have to figure out what the age range is for millennial and Gen Z, but like that young adult who really wants to make something out of themselves, but they're just unsure about what to do, just being able to provide guidance. Like around 25 was the age that I started reading self-help books. And the first self-help book that I ever read, I don't even know if it was a self-help book. Actually, it's actually the 10X rule. And I think actually I ran across Grant Cardone and his 10X rule because I believe, because I was in insurance, he was marketed to me through, I think, social platforms and stuff like that. And then I ran across this guy who was posting on Twitter and stuff like that. He was showing that he got these big tax returns back, $700,000 tax return for it. And I'm like, how in the hell this dude who's a freaking millionaire 100 times over is getting tax returns back of $700,000? And I was like, okay, he's got a book. I read his book, The 10X Rule, and he just talked about massive action, those kind of things. And the most successful people in the world read about 30 or 40 books every single year. And successful people do this, successful people do that. And then they make, and what I love about books is that they make book recommendations. And so in making book recommendations, he recommends The Alchemist, he recommends 21 Irrefutable Laws of Leadership, and all of these other self-help books. And then when you get one, you start getting marketed, like you get into this world of self-help and personal development. And I kind of got into, I just kind of got the bug of self-help and personal development. And once I got the bug, I was like, oh, yo, this is great. And then that's when I started to see things in my life shift towards towards the better, right? I started seeing more positive changes in my life. I started seeing more things that I wanted. And maybe that's it. Maybe I just need to change my audience. It's confusing, bro. Confusing. Icelandic water is really good. Glacial. Yeah, I'm confused, y'all. I I want to I want to create impact. I want to have an impact. I is different than if it was like comedy. Like if it was comedy, comedy is for everybody. Comedy is for people who want to laugh, right? There's no avatar for comedy, right? But when you're into what I'm into, you kind of got to find your niche. Like I would love to, I don't know, talk to like Myron Golden, talk to people that are really big in what I do, ET, and just say, man, who should I talk to? And I don't know. My fear is like they're gonna ask the question, well, who's your target audience? I'm like, oh my God, I hate that fucking question. I don't know. I don't know. Well, you need to find your target audience. That's like I feel like I don't know. I feel like find your target audience for self-help is like, is that bad advice? I feel like that's like bad advice. But okay, all right. So let's say for men, I don't know, maybe men in their 20s and early 30s. Like that's who I need to talk to. Men in their 20, early 30s, right? If you got a baby mama that's tripping, here's what you do, bro. If you got a baby mama and your baby mama tripping, bro, this is what you do, fam. This if you are, if you're not sure of yourself, if you're really not sure, like I think I could probably talk to. I see again, this is why I like speaking out loud, because these ideas are now coming to me and I'm thinking to myself, like, I think I could do this. I think that could be an audience where it's like, okay, if I'm 21 years old, I graduated college and I don't have a job yet, here are the soft skills that I'm learning. If I'm 25 years old and and these are the things that you should know by 25 years old. You need to learn etiquette. You need to learn this, clean your house, all of those different things, man. So like it should be, just I guess self-help in general, for young men. I think the audience will be young men, but obviously I want young women to, you know, be able to partake as well. Um, yeah, I think that's going to have to be my. I think that's going to have to be my shift. So I think I'm going to shift, guys, from the youth and young adults to just young adults. Young adults. I think that's what my shift is going to be. And we're going to see it. We're going to test. Like even though I don't necessarily have time to test, I don't want to have to test. But I think it's just going to be like about my journey. I guess what I can do is I can get back on this PhD journey even more. And I can start saying, okay, what are you doing to to grow and talk about those things? But it's scary, man. It's scary when you feel like you're talented and you're not really sure what to be talented at. It's a difficult thing, and you feel uninspired. When I go home, like I was mentioning before, I go home, I just don't have the energy to give my wife and stuff. But when I took days off, like last week, I was at a conference and I took time off at that conference. I took time off from work at that conference, and I was just in a space where I'm just learning and I'm around other people who are learning and learners. Um, I felt inspired. I felt encouraged. Yeah, I think that's what I'm going to do. My audience is shifting. I don't know. I guess, I mean, I'm still going to do my speaking engagements at the schools and stuff, but I think it's got to shift. All right, y'all. My confessional is over. New stuff on the way.